I'm testing something this week that's probably going to suck, but I think it will change everything. This week, I'm skipping the morning smoke. This matters because it's one of the big steps I need to take in order to get to my main rule that I'm only allowed to smoke after I've earned my day. Success today looks like my first smoke being after my midday review in lunch. I know that this is going to be a bit difficult, especially when I've finished my morning work and it's almost time to head out to work. So when the urge hits, I'm not negotiating. I'm going outside. I'm doing some breathing and some stretching to get through it. Today I'm repeating my morning routine. I'm adjusting to be prepped for my recording, and I'm removing taking the phone to the bathroom. This is the commitment for today. I will only smoke after my midday review in lunch. Halfway through the day, and this is already telling me a lot. My morning routine went very smoothly. I did my workout. I didn't push as hard as I could have, but I showed up. I followed my structure exactly like I planned it. And preparing before hitting record made everything easier. What I'm testing, what today looks like, and how I'm handling not smoking. I haven't smoked yet, but halfway through the morning I felt it. I had a wave of nausea and small headache that kept bugging me. But if I rate my morning, I give my execution 10 out of 10, I give my structure 10 out of 10, and my control 8 out of 10. So the system worked, but my body is definitely reacting to the change. And that's something I need to pay attention to. But my day still went exactly as I planned it, and I'm sticking to the rule. I'm smoking where I said I would. For the rest of the day, the only work I will be doing tonight is starting the editing. Nothing extra. So far, structure is winning. Day 2. And it's already harder than yesterday. Today I'm a disciplined creator, documenting real change. I follow structure, not mood. Day 1 went really well. I skipped the morning smoke, and I smoked in lunch exactly when I said I would. But today feels different. Motivation is lower, and I've already caught myself thinking about smoking just a small amount a few times. But yesterday proved that I can do it. So now it's not about motivation. It's about if I can follow through again. The biggest challenge yesterday was working with the discomfort and the agitation. My mind kept going back to smoking and how I felt in the moment. And the pattern I'm noticing is when I smoked in lunch, I still had the thought, wow, I shouldn't have done that now. I'm a bit high at work. So today I'm repeating hitting record after the midday review in lunch. I'm adjusting the amount I smoke in lunch to a smaller amount, and I'm removing any idle time in my day, because that's where I start negotiating with myself for a smoke. Today I follow the plan again, no exceptions. This is where it actually gets tested. Today was much harder than yesterday. I woke up at 4, but I started training at 4:30. I said I'd start at 4:15, but that just tells me that 15 minutes is not enough to wake up and get ready to work out. I still followed my morning structure, and I haven't smoked at all. But mentally, today was tough. I was thinking about smoking from early on, and at work I really felt it. Frustrated and agitated, and I didn't want to do anything. I didn't have the positive mindset that I usually have. But one thing was a win, at least. I wasn't on my phone at all in the morning. I stayed with my structure. So execution, I give 9 out of 10 because it was only the late start. Structure, I give 8 out of 10. And control, I also give 8 out of 10. Smoking was on my mind the whole time, but I didn't act, so the control was decent. So my system is still holding, even if it doesn't feel good. Tonight, my only job is to make this video make sense. Nothing extra. Today, I'm going to be proud of how I finish, because I started strong and I pushed through. Day 3 completely exposed me. I woke up at 4 and I trained at 4:30. The workout was actually decent because I got a sweat going, so that's good. But when I sat down to do my meditation, I felt how tired I was. My eyes wanted to stay closed and I didn't want to work. After the meditation, I just fell to the side on the couch and shut down. And I smoked this morning. There was basically no fight in me not to. Looking back now, I'm noticing a pattern. Both days I felt exhausted in the early afternoon. So maybe this isn't just about discipline. Maybe my body and my mind was carrying more fatigue than I realized. What's interesting is when I closed my eyes, I had a thought that popped up, thinking this is really valuable content because it's honest. Because real change probably looks less like motivation and more like figuring out why the system broke. So now I need to figure out, is the problem the smoking? Is it the sleep, the recovery, or the way I'm structuring these mornings? Day 3 did not go as planned, but it told me something important. Today was a flaw, but a useful flaw. After meditating this morning, I just shut down from exhaustion and I decided to lay back down for the remaining 40 minutes. Execution, I give 2 out of 10. Structure, I give 2 out of 10. And control, I give 0 out of 10. There was absolutely no fight in me to resist the smoke this morning. But weirdly enough, my mood was decent after the smoke. I think laying back down and resting some more restored a lot of energy. And the smoke really calmed me down. And honestly, I really didn't want to record this morning. But after sitting with it for a while and reviewing my morning instantly with ChatGPT, I recorded anyway. And for me, that's a big win. Even though my morning failed, I handled the whole thing with a positive mindset. And I'm not quitting the experiment. I'm still gonna skip my morning smoke tomorrow morning. Tonight, my job is to put together these 3 clips and finish them and brainstorm a title and a thumbnail for this video. I'm not letting one bad morning ruin my whole mission. Because honestly, after 2 days of skipping the morning smoke, I feel the increase in focus and energy. It's noticeable. After 3 days of skipping the morning smoke, guess what actually happened? The rule was quite simple. No smoking in the morning. Only after I did my midday review in lunch. And for the first 2 days, I actually stuck to it. Day 1 was the easiest. I was excited to give it a go. My motivation was high. My structure worked, and it was the first proof that I can actually do it. I'm very proud of myself for proving that I can do it. Day 2 was more challenging. The structure made sure that I skip the smoke and do the work, but I got agitated fast, and I wasn't as positive as I usually am. Day 3, I was powerless. I was completely exhausted of the mental strain of resisting the smoke the whole morning. I shut down before starting my work and I ended up skipping everything. I smoked in this morning without thinking twice. I had absolutely no resistance left. I realized that this is not just about removing the smoke. It exposed my energy, my recovery, my mental fatigue, and how much I rely on smoking to regulate my discomfort. But the biggest surprise was how much mental energy was needed to resist the smoke. The 2 days that I actually did skip the smoke, I noticed more clarity in my thoughts, more clarity in my internal state, and it strengthened my structure. But that wasn't even the real win. The real win was, even though it did not go as planned or as I thought it would, I still documented it, honestly, instead of pretending that everything's fine. I'm gonna keep on trying to skip the morning smoke. I'm gonna design everything around it to make it easier for me. Because I know if I keep doing it, it will get easier. And then I know my next mission will be to skip the lunch smoke. I'm making quite a lot of progress. I'm still figuring this out. But at least now, I'm honest about it. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and check next week's video. And see how far I've come. You know, yeah.